Okay, so we are going to start today's session for paper 2 of your MA Political Science. Welcome back to Matatil Rosundur Open University for MA Political Science. I am your faculty, Control Dev Assistant Professor, and this is my contact. So, our course name is Politics in India. The ground level politics, what kind of things are happening, what kind of demands, what kind of political structure, how elections are held. All these things are discussed in this paper, this PLM-6112. Okay, so we have this is the third block, which we are going to cover is Unit 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. The topic is party system and politics in India, because we know in a democracy, party systems play the major role. They are the group who forms the government, and party system is very important in democracy. So we are going to discuss about the party system. You can see the picture here. Lots of political parties are there. They contest in the election. Those who win the election, they form the government. You all know that. Okay. So objectives of today's session is election and identity. First past the poll system with coalition government, caste, religion, language, stakeholder governance, and apprenticeship. So first past the poll system is whoever win the maximum number of seats, they form the government. Not who form the how much percentage of the vote they got, it doesn't matter. What matters is who win the maximum number of seats. Okay, so in example in Tripura, there are 60 seats for a state assembly. So those who win 31 seats, they win majority of the seat. Even if they get, if they win by less percentage of vote, it doesn't matter. So what it means is who win the maximum number of seats. That's called the first past the post system. So presently in India, what we see is coalition government is there, always partnership between many political parties. There is a trend going on. There is a culture of politics that we are having right now. Okay. So what are the main criteria how politics is influenced by caste, religion, and language? So what we see normally is that a person normally vote based on the caste. If the MLA or MP or your representative is from your same caste, then you give and vote to that person. If that person is from your same religion, then you go and vote to the same religion. If that person speaks the same language, then people go and give to the same person. So these are the three main criteria we have seen in India that has been happening. So that is about election. Then decentralization, 73rd and 74th Amendment Act created Panchayat Raj and reservation planning to implement in various. So we know we have municipality and Panchayat. These two came in India. Originally, it was not there in the Indian Constitution. In the 1950, 26 January, when we got the Constitution, it was not there. It was only came in 73rd and 74th Amendment Act. We have Panchayat system. We have urban local bodies. There is a municipalities, and reservation is there. Okay, there is a reservation for women in there. I think about 33% of the seat is reserved for the women. Planning committees and implementation, these things. Okay, recent pattern protest movement from Naxal insurgency to CM labor struggle, self-determination demands, Narmada Bachao Andolan, challenge exploitation, development models, and state authority. So these are some protests and demands. So we are going to discuss about all these things. So first is political system and political parties. Okay. So what is the meaning of political party? Are organized groups seek government power through election, connects with executive and legislature. So yes, we know political parties are there. I am sure you are. If you are 18 plus, you have given your vote based on your preference. So whom did you vote? You vote to a political party. Okay, so that party will have one candidate. So they are a group of people. What is political party? They are a group of people that are trying to contest the election and come to the power. They are trying to come to the power. And political parties are important because they are connected with the citizen. Okay. Citizens are directly linked with the political parties, and they link the political party with the executive and legislature. Okay. So legislature means the MLA and MP, executive means were the ministers. So this is the thing of political. What is the function of political party? They aggregate interest on that can they mobilize voter frame issue and help in the government function effectively. Okay. So the role is that the interest of the people. Okay, what people want in society. Obviously, in society there are lots of more empowerment for the women or more building more school, building more hospital. These are general interests. As a common man, we want the government to make all these things. So this is called aggregate interest. So all these interests are reflected through the political parties and nominate candidate. We all know when we give vote, we vote for the candidate. Okay, what that candidate is. We choose the candidate, mobilize voter. Okay, so political parties are the main function is to mobilize the voter. So the supporter of the political party, they also get connected to the political party. Frame issues. So whatever the problem in society, like maybe banning of alcohol or kind of banning child marriage, all these things are there in the framing. Help the government function effectively. So political party also help the government to function effectively that we have seen. Classical views, okay, Burke is a very important thinker. Edmund Burke stress common principle and public good, one last building parties with legal control of government through interest. So there are two thinkers here. Classical, what is Burke? He talked about the function of political party is to connect the requirement of the public. Okay, whatever the public require, maybe in my area, I need some good road. Maybe in my area, I need to develop the sanitation, water problem. So these things are goes to political party according to vote. Last thing is another thinker. He said that legal control of government through election. So what last he said is that through the political party, the people are able to legally control the government through the election. Okay, so this is legal control, legally lazy. Marxist view, Marxist think which partisans class representative and Lenin emphasize discipline when they lead to revolutionary transformation. So another group very important. Marxism is very important if you are studying political science. So he is saying that every political party has their own class. Some political party are based on the high class people. Some political party are based on the low class people. So party is a representative of the class according to Karl Marx or Marxism. Whatever another person, Lenin, is from USSR, Russia. He said, discipline behind the party leading revolution transformation. So whatever the changes in society that can be brought, it can be brought to political party. So that was said by Lenin. Whatever the changes in society, it can be brought through political party. So here, this core meaning, what is the function of political party, what is classical view, old view, and what is the Marxist view we have seen. Next, there is a different type of party system. One is one party system, only one party ruling, opposition is absent or suppressed. This example you can see in China. In China, there is only one political party, whereas in India, we have multi-party, we have BJP, Congress, or BSP, Trinamool Congress, Aam Aadmi Party, okay, Samajwadi Party, TMK Party in South India. So there is a system, like in China, there is only one party, only political party, and from there itself, they are functioning the country. Okay. Two-party system, two major dominant communities provide better government stability. So two government system, if you take an example of England and America, okay, they have only two parties. So two parties, they keep on competing. One time this party comes to power, next time that party comes to power. So it keeps on functioning with the two-party system. Last is multi-party. But here what we saw interesting fact is that two-party has been seen as a very stable government. So we can see, we can understand from here that when there is two-party system, the government is stable. Multi-party, three or more stated party complex coalition becomes, politics become common. Okay, so what we have in India is multi-party. There are so many parties. At the end, to form the government, they have to form partnership, and we can see the coalition government. That means two or more parties coming together to form the government. So we have one party, two party. There are three types of political party. Remember that. Why is India a multi-party? Because India has numerous national, regional, state level parties. You know, we have so many cultures, so many religions, so many languages. So that is one of the reasons that we have so many parties that one political party cannot agree with the other person. So they form their own political party. So this is one of the reasons. The regional parties have grown often have coalition government. So regional party has become a very strong in India. Okay, so in Tripura or in Mizoram or in Tamil Nadu or Karnataka, what we have seen is that there are so many regional parties. Regional parties are very strong in India. Remember that. The see from Congress down to politics is so fragmented but competitive democracy. So soon after the election, I mean after the independence, what happened was that Congress was dominating for like 20 years after 1947, 1960, 1970. In the 1977, you know, they started losing their seat. Okay, regional parties becoming stronger. So what India is that Congress was dominant after that coalition government started to form. So with these are some criteria of India and reason for so many political parties. Next, Unit 12, development issues, core concern. What are the issues in India? What are the problems? Uneven development, resource distribution, social justice, governance challenge. Uneven development, competition amongst the partners, medical conduct, rural investment. Okay, so among the state there is a competition. Okay, one state is competing with another. Maybe Madhya Pradesh is competing with Rajasthan, or Tripura is competing with Assam, or Meghalaya is competing with another state, Assam. So there is a state competition we have seen in India, and actually there is a some places have been highly developed, some places are not so well developed. So if you compare Mumbai and Northeast, it's like a very big difference. There is no comparison. So just see, we are all part of India, but there is a huge difference of development gap between the places. So this is called uneven development. Is one of the major reasons happening in India. Next is resource distribution. States demand larger and fairer transfer of resources from union to meet development needs. So see, in India, mostly if you take example of the Northeast, especially the Northeast, 90% of the funding are actually coming from central government. So, so that's what states are demanding more funding. So this central government plays a very important role in India. They are giving in funding, and also what we have seen is that states are demanding more and more from the union, and they want fair. Okay, so that the central government should not help only those states in which their party is ruling. Okay, so it should be equal distribution of resources. If Mumbai is getting 10 rupees, Tripura also should get 10 rupees. But it's not going to happen because they are big and all these other issues will come. So this kind of demands are still going on. Social justice, backward class, Dalit, another group, press reservation, welfare access, and equitable parties. So in society, we always need justice. We always talk about justice. So backward class, those who are the poor, those who are considered as lower caste in India, there are still need for reservation, welfare, and equitable participation. Okay. If you see normally, those who are the high class, they are participating in the government system. Those who are kind of the lower class, they are not part of the government also. So equal participation is important to bring social justice. Basically, we need to make this so the poor, those are lower class, to participate and to have access to reservation and welfare programs. Governance challenge, development of policies, now link one per deliver state, regional aspiration, and political estimates. So nowadays, what are the government have to do? What are the steps is welfare delivery, okay, to deliver food, to deliver water, to deliver sanitation, to deliver healthcare, to deliver education. These things are important and government have to do. State capacity is like whenever there is a crisis, wherever there is a pandemic and all, state has to be prepared to face the challenges. Regional aspiration and political estimation. Okay, so every region they want their own, they have their own aspiration. So these are the things government need to take care of them. So these are the uneven development resource distribution government challenges that are required to have. Causes of regional disparity. Why some regions are developed and some regions are not so developed? Let us see. So historically, one is historical cause, uneven industrialization, different FDI flows, and barrier state capacity within regional flow. So history is one of the reasons. So historically, some places have been more advanced and developed, and industrialization is also a main reason. So in some states, industry had been very high growth. So this is one of the reasons. And FDI flow means foreign direct investment. Do you think Apple company will come and build a big their industry in Tripura? There is very less chance because they don't have any profit. So there is no FDI. So but in Mumbai and Delhi, they will be surely ready to do. So this is a reason historical problem and foreign direct investment. Foreign countries are not willing to invest in their company. So this is one of the reason of region to region difference. Political effect. Disparities encourage demand for autonomy, new states, strong parties, and devices of central state relation. So regional disparity. What after regional, some regions are not developed, some regions are developed. So what happened in that sense is that new states. Okay, that's why people are still demanding, give me new state. I don't want to be part of this state like Gorkhaland or Bodoland. Okay, so there are all demands because of this reason, regional disparity. Stronger regional parties are coming up and center-state relation, okay, revision, center and state, they are still trying to have a revision of their relationship. Social effect, what happened in society? Unequal development can intensify caste, ethnic, linguistic, sub-regional mobilization. So there can be more differences in society, caste-based, ethnic-based, language-based, and sub-regional mobilization. Still there, so there can be more division of society, no unity. Okay, so because of this regional disparity, these things are happening, and you can see that example highlighted in the material. So insurgency has been there, underground people. These are all part of the regional disparity because their region is not developed, okay, but other places are developed. So this is other example and problems of regional disparity. So what we have learned from these two units is that Indian democracy moved from dominance of one party to multi-party pattern with regional participation. Okay. So after independence, Congress was fully dominating the whole India. But after that, we have multi-party system and regional political parties are coming up. Development politics, development is not about unit economic growth, it's all about inclusion, redistribution, and welfare of the helping the people. So okay, development is not only about economic growth, it is about including everybody in the system, redistributing the income and helping the poor people to develop, and regional inequality also have seen interstate disparities and demand for justice, federal balance, and political recognition. So obviously, again, regional disparity is still there. Some regions are developed in India, some regions are not. So people are still demanding for federal balance and justice and political recognition. There is why more regional political issues are coming up. So, Unit 13, election in India and gender politics. So in India, we all know India is considered as the largest democracy because there are many people comparing with other countries. We have the largest section of people who are participating in the election. So we have Lok Sabha in the center and Vidhan Sabha in the state. Okay, and universal order from so 18 plus they can give vote. So this is the election pattern, how election is happening. Where election is happening in Lok Sabha and Vidhan Sabha. As far as the post system means, whoever win the maximum number of seats, they will form the government. Multi-level system in the union level, in the central level there is election, of the state level is there, of the local level is there. Local means panchayat and the urban bodies like municipalities that came with 73rd and 74th Amendment Act. So Election Commission of India is the organization responsible for conducting the election. Okay. So this Lok Sabha election or Vidhan Sabha in the state who conduct, if there is a question means, is the Election Commission of India. But if it is about the panchayat and the municipalities who conduct, it is the state election commission. So these two are the responsible for conducting the election. That's like in a football match, there is a referee to check who is right and who is wrong. So same way also in the election, who is the referee is the Election Commission of India to declare who is the winner, who is the lost the election. So this is about the election of India. At what level is happening, who is conducting the election. So election process notification will be given by the Election Commission of India. Okay, the election, we are going to have this election at this date, the nomination. Okay, those who are trying to compete in the election, they will give their nomination to the SDM or the district magistrate. Then scrutiny will happen whether these nominated, those who are given nominations are legit and whether they fulfill the election criteria to, okay, and withdrawal is there, they can take back and campaign 2 weeks, okay, campaigning and polling, then election will happen, and counting, then government will form. So this is the process of how election happens. So increasing coalition and minority government as no single party often win absolute majority. So in India, what is the culture we have seen is that there is a lot of coalition. There is a lot of partnership between political party and minority governments because absolute majority nobody is able to win. There is distribution of voter. This culture we have seen in India. Election in India. Okay, so this is done. So gender politics, let's see about gender. If you see the pictures here, they are very important females of our country, like Mamata Banerjee has been a Prime Minister for West Bengal for a very long time, and all the other women, if you recognize that. So in India, what we saw is that women have been, not so much active in politics comparatively. Okay, so women have been historically unrepresented. Okay, so that is one of the facts to remember, that historically that time you see women were not so represented as equal to the male people. What is the reason? Women are not participating in politics, gender-based violence, unequal access to resources, and patriarchal norms. Okay, so gender-based violence is still there. The unequal resource, what it is saying that their male counterpart are having more resource and more time, more investment in the politics, and patriarchal. There is a mindset in the society that males should be in the bigger position. That patriarchal mindset is one of the reasons women were not participating in the politics. Then movements and campaign. So what are the things that have happened to bring women into consideration, like Me Too, hashtag Me Too, means I also should participate. Local women leadership, push for greater representation and gender sensitive policy. So these are the things that have taken place for making the women participate in the politics. So this is the data. Women were not so their issues and the movements and campaign. Next is caste, religion, and language politics in India. See, we have lots of caste system in India. If you see here, Brahmin, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, and Pariha, Harijan. Okay, Brahmin means priest. Those are the priests that are considered as highest class. Kshatriya, those are the warrior and the ruler. Vaishya, skilled trader, merchant, and minor official. And Shudra, unskilled workers, and Harijan, outcasts, untouchable children of God. So this have been seen as the, I think some places, even in the news, you can see this is still being practiced, okay, in India. So this is one of the reasons of our reality of our Indian politics and Indian society. So caste, religion, and language shape political identities and mobilization. So again, how do people choose whom to give vote? Is that based on the caste? If the political leader is from my caste, I will give vote. If it's from my religion, I will give vote. If it's the same language as me, I will give vote on that. So that is one of the political reality in India that we have seen. State recognition, okay, reservation, linguistic state, minority right, both empower group and deepen identity claims. So yes, what state is doing, what the government is doing, government is giving reservation based on the caste, ST reservation, SC reservation is there. The language, which are the states that we have this all formed based on the language, maybe Telangana language, Andhra Pradesh is the first state that we got on the statehood. So these are all based on the language and minority right. Okay. These are the minority, they have their own reservation also. So these are the things the government is doing, and by doing this, by doing all these things, government is helping the group. But also the feedback or the side effect is that those are the people from these different castes and different religion, they tend to become more, they demand more, okay, that our caste and our religion should be given more, and there can be like a less unity in society, you can say. So this is what government is doing on the basis of caste, religion, and language. Okay, so this is about identity politics. Okay, my identity, my caste, my religion, my language. Okay, so these things are also happening in India. So caste politics. Okay, based on caste, what were things are happening in India? From basic hierarchy to public political mobilization. Dalits are there, OBC are there, and Mandal are there. So these things are the main three criteria based on caste. Politics are happening in India. Caste-based political parties are BSP. SP is an alphabet gives identity as political capital. So BSP is based in UP. SP is also based on UP, and they are functioning based on the caste. The people who have the same caste as them, they vote on them. So these are a political party functioning based on caste. Dual effect democratization of power for the marginalized, but also fragmented, intense competition. So doing this caste politics, is it helpful or not? If you have the question, okay, but first thing is it can be helpful because those who are the lower caste, because they have their own political party, they vote for their own leader. So that is one kind of helping them grow, because they are able to elect a person from their own community who will understand their problem and who will solve them. But also fragmentation is there due to that caste-based politics. There is a division in society. There is no unity and too much competition. You can see there is why one party is not able to win the maximum seat. They have to do partnership and coalition government. So these are the things from caste-based, like Dalit, OBC, and Mandal politics are happening, and major political party are BSP and SP based on caste. So these are the effects. So religious and language. Religion, what happened? Communalism, minority major tension, Hindu nationalism versus secularism. So in religion-based politics, what is happening? Communalism. One religion is hating another religion, which is not good. You can see that if you are from one religion, I hate another religion. So there is called communalism, and it is not healthy for the society. That thing may happen, and majority and minority problem with there. Like in any state, if there is majority of any religion, they may download on the minority religion. So that problem is there due to the religious politics. And Hindu nationalism is there. Like we want to, the leaders, they want to build a Hindu country. But in our constitution, we have said we are a secular country where our country is not based on any religion. Everybody has the right to follow their own religion, whatever they want. So this is one of the religious politics happening in the country. Linguistic, based on language, we have many states. Like 1956, there was an act, okay, the Organization Act 1956. So all the states in India, 28 states in India, are based on the language. First was the Andhra Pradesh, who was created in 1956. Then Telangana, they got in 2014. Then Vidarbha, Gorkhaland, these demand are still coming up based on the language. So language pride strengthens this language, but can strengthen national integration. So yes, you can love your language, you can demand it is helping the region to be more powerful because of your demand for your land. But it is also affecting the unity of the country because you are trying to separate yourself from the main country, and that is one of the side effect of language politics. So unit 15, politics and democratic decentralization in India. Decentralization is very important. Okay, centralization means the center is holding all the power. Decentralization means power is divided among all the area of the political system of the country. So democratization means transfer of power, function, resource to elected local bodies, local people, local power. That is called decentralization, like panchayat and urban local bodies. Like we have central government, India government in Lok Sabha, we have state government. After state government, we still have panchayat. That means the power is distributed. That I from the center, from Delhi, I will not control everything. I will give you some power. You also control your area. Okay? So this is called decentralization. Is very important in democracy. So those who are in the local area, they also win through election and they come to power and they rule. Okay. This is called decentralization, transfer of power. Power is divided. Administrative, political, and fiscal decisions are by subsidiary regional lowest level. So what happens here is that government give administrative power, government give political power, the central government, and the money also given to the funding to the local governments so that they can develop themselves as per the requirement. So this is the concept of decentralization. Very important to remember that. So in rural area where there is no city, in the you can say village area, okay, rural area, panchayat raj system, three tiers there: gram panchayat, block panchayat, and jila parishad. Okay, in the district level it is called jila parishad. In the block level, block panchayat and gram panchayat at the village level. So three levels are there in this panchayat system. So there is a Gram Sabha. Okay, normally in Panchayat there is a Gram Sabha, means all those who are the voters, they can come together and they can have a meeting and discussion about the importance of what to make. Okay, so Gram Sabha is very important. Key features. Okay, what happened in the Panchayat is that 5 years time is given. Reservation ST and SC is there, and for women 33% seat is given, and State Finance Commission, State Election Commission, they are the who make it function. Okay, State Election Commission, they conduct the election, and Finance Commission, they give them the money. So these are the things about Panchayat Raj. 29 subject has been given, like agriculture, local infrastructure, primary education, health can be developed. So what they can do, Panchayat, they can do it. They can work on agriculture, they can work on local infrastructure, they can work on primary education and health. So these things are the power given to the Panchayat system. So next is 74th Amendment Act. This urban area, the city area, town area, what they have is that Nagar Panchayat, municipal corporation, and municipal corporation. Okay. So these are three again. So in municipal corporation means it's a big city. After that, municipal council, then Nagar Panchayat. Same thing again. 5 years, those who win the election, they will rule the. For 5 years, 33 reservation for women is there. 18 function like water, road, sanitation, planning, and slum area. So these things are the main function of the urban local bodies. 18 function. District and metropolitan planning committee coordinate rural urban development. So district and metropolitan planning committee is there, and they coordinate all these things. Okay. Challenges and prospects. What are the things required? Gap in devolution, funds and capacity across state. Potential for strong financial autonomy and training input. So yes, we are saying that we are giving power to the local level, local governance. But what are the problems still there? If you see, there is less money. Okay, those who are in the they don't have enough money to develop themselves, and there is no proper infrastructure and functioning. Okay, so if proper training is given, if more money is given, they can function better. So we have municipality, municipal corporation, panchayat and all, but there is no enough funding. So if you have more funding and more training, okay, so of the people, then they can function better. So these are the things about challenges and what are the things to be modified. Next, pattern of decision and protest in the state. So what are the protests that is happening in India is that this agreement refuses to points, and you can see people are demanding, they are blocking the road, blocking the train tracks, and people are demanding. Okay, so this is called protests. Farmer, if you see example, Punjab farmers are going to Delhi and they are going with the tractor. And if you see the news, so this is a protest. People are protesting and the government to do this and to do that. So this is called dissent and disagreement. Protest, public expression, dissent, rallies, strike, and marches. Again, when people come in group, they block the road, they start marching on the road. It is called protest. Dissent means we don't agree with you. Social movements understand organized collective action to change policies, term or norm. So why does it happen? Why do people protest? लोग रास्ते पे क्यों चल के आता है? पंजाब का जो फार्मर लोग है वो दिल्ली क्यों जा रहा है ट्रैक्टर लेके? What is the reason? Because they want to change the policy, they want to change the rule. They do not like the rules made by the government. So that is why they are protesting. So this is one of the very important criteria of democracy, that whenever people don't agree with you, they can do a movement. Okay? So these are the things happening in the pattern and dissent. So types of movement. What are the movements happening? There can be three types. Reform means change specific policies within the system. This is an example of how people protest. Want to change some policies, specific policy, that is called reform. Revolt, rebellion, change authority or government without full systematic change. So revolt or rebellion, it means that they are just trying to change the government. Now, if there is B.J.P. government, people will come and protest like this and they will form the new government. So there is just another party, they will form the Congress government, for example. It's called revolt. Revolution means seek control over whole of political and socio-economic order. Revolution means changing everything. Government system, government itself is thrown out. So there is no more government, no police, nothing to control you. That is called revolution. Changing the whole system. Like it can go from democracy to dictatorship. This is called revolution. From dictatorship to democracy. Okay. From democracy to authoritarianism, it can go. So changing the whole system is called revolution. So there can be three types of movement. Reform means we want some changes. If the government is giving 8,000 rupees to the poor people, for example, they may want to give 10,000, so they want to reform. Revolt or rebellion means the people want to change the government itself, from B.J.P. government to Congress government. It is called rebellion. Last is revolution, changing everything, changing the government, changing the system, everything. So what are the example? Naxalite movement, radical left, anti-feudal, anti-state mobilization is often use armed struggle. So Naxalite movement, if you know, Naxals are very much common. We have seen in India, radical left wing means they are extremists. They want to change the system. They don't like this feudalism, landlord system. You see, some people are still holding large amount of land. Okay, they are against this feudal system, landlord. Even during the British time, if you read history, you will know about this landlord system. And state mobilization service of the news, so they are always functioning with the guns and all. So this, remember, this Naxal movement is there. They are against anti-feudal system and anti-state mobilization, and they use gun for their fighting. Chhattisgarh Mukti Morcha is another group, worker and community-based movement around labor rights and social reform. So there is another example. Okay, CMM in Chhattisgarh, their main demand is community and worker right. Those are the poor people, those are laborers, their right and social reform in society. They want to bring changes. So this is the function of Chhattisgarh Mukti Morcha, CMM. Self-determination demands for new state or autonomy, Jharkhand, Uttarakhand, Chhattisgarh, Telangana, also Northeast Punjab and Jammu and Kashmir. So more examples what we have seen is Jharkhand, okay, Uttarakhand, Chhattisgarh, Telangana. They all got their statehood. It's not right now. So also in Northeast we can see some states are still demanding new states, and Punjab and Jharkhand, Jammu and Kashmir, they also demand for the new states or more power. So these states have been seen as demanding, we want more autonomy, more independence. And the development movement, where there is very less, where the government is trying to cut the forest, build some dam, So this, where the government is trying to cut a large number of forests, so this is anti-development movement like Narmada Bachao Andolan is very popular. Okay, environment problem and sustainable development. So government is trying to build a big road, so they will try to cut a forest. So people might demand against that, and Narmada, okay, Bachao Andolan was a big example. So this is about environment and protecting the habitat. So these are the things about protests. People are protesting against the government. We have seen in India. So state response and democratic significance. So when people start to protest, what did the government do? Okay, so government do dialogue and negotiation and oppression and repression. Okay. So when there is a demand from such group and such people, government do dialogue with this group, government they talk with this group, what are your demands, can the government fulfill it, and negotiation happen, and if required, government will try to suppress it, government will forcefully stop it, government will do lathi charge or throwing water at the people to remove all these people who are blocking the road, and also dialogue and negotiation may happen between the government and the way the government can fulfill their demand. If they're asking new state, can the government give them new state, or if they cannot give new state, can they give them little more power, or if they give financial power? So that kind of dialogue and negotiation will happen when there is a protest. So this kind of protest, what is the use and what do they signify, what do they signal is that patterns of protest highlight both vitality and tension of the Indian democracy as marginal group assert right and contest state policies. So all these protests, they signify that Indian democracy is functional, because in a democracy, protest is very important, and those are the marginalized group. Those are the poor people, okay, their right also can be heard. Okay. Their demand also can be heard, and through this protest and dissent, the state also they have to function according to their demand. So what state do is that they try to dialogue and negotiate, and because of this, Indian democracy is also strong, and those are the poor people, those are marginalized people, their right also be asserted, their right also was heard, and state also have to listen to them sometimes. So these things we have seen. So in the end, what we have seen, dynamic India politics, then formal election, vibrant protest group, and identity-based mobilization. So yes, election is going on in India. We have a dynamic, very vibrant grassroots, means people are participating, and identity-based mobilization. People are always based on my language, my culture. People are being active in the politics. So that's what we have seen in India. Inclusive institution with the 73rd and 74th Amendment empower local governance to uneven regional limits full potential. Okay. So we have to talk about 73rd Amendment, Panchayati Raj, and 74th urban local bodies. Yes, they have tried to give power to them, but not enough fund is provided, so they are not able to function fully. Identity as power. Okay, in India we have some caste, religion, and language. They help in people to participate in politics and make friendship between the groups. So caste, religion, and language are the most important factor of politics, but these things may affect the unity of the country. So that is called identity as power. So protest vitality movement, like, so again, people are protesting. We have seen Naxalite movement, CMM, Narmada Bachao Andolan, challenge exploitation as unsustainable growth. So yes, people are still there, like Naxalite and CMM and Narmada Bachao Andolan. They always protest against the government for environment, for less development, more finance, and these protests are still going on, and government are responding in that manner. So balancing act success requires accommodating dissent, strengthening local capacity, and pursuing equitable development. So what should government do is that government should realize why people are demanding this. Government should think, take a time and think that why they are actually demanding and whether they can fulfill their demand. So government should try to fulfill their demand. Strengthen local capabilities. That means give more power to the local government so that they don't have to always see those who are protesting on the road. They are not happily coming. Their intention. They don't like government. That's why they are coming to the road. So if you give them local capacity so that they don't need to come on the road always and demand and go to Delhi and also it is called strengthening local capacity. Government should empower them and pursue equitable development means government should invest equal money in every state. Government should not say that this state is having BJP government, so I will help only the state. No, government is a government for the whole country, not only for the state with the same political party. So it should be equal development across all the states. So yes, this is the conclusion. We have democracy is functioning well, dynamic democracy, vibrant grassroots, inclusive, where local power are given. Identity is one of the reasons India is having, and these protests are happening in India, and government to do all these things, balance and these things. So yeah, we have come to the end of our session number 3. Give 2 example of decentralization. What is revolution and dissent and protest? So we have to answer 2 examples of decentralization. That is the 73rd and 74th Amendment Act. 73rd is about Panchayati Raj system in the rural area, in the village area, where the local body, Gram Panchayat, okay, Block Panchayat or Zilla Parishad, and another one is urban local bodies, municipality, municipal corporation, all these things. So these are 2 examples, 73rd and 74th, urban and local. What is revolution? Dissent? Dissent means I'm not agreeing with you. Okay. Protest means we are protesting against the government or the protesting against a policy. So dissent means I don't agree, we are giving a disagreement. Protest means trying to change something. If government is giving 8,000 rupees per month, people are trying to make it 10,000. So this is called difference between dissent and protest. So yeah, we have come to the concluding part of our session.